Welcome back to my channel. If you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is Save a Death Dolly. I'm 58 years old. I'm a trans fan. Currently homeless. Living in one hotel after another. Avoiding the authorities. And currently wanted. And by no crime that I've committed. That's the worst part. Well, the reason for this video is I need to continue talking about the Supreme Court ruling. You see, the Supreme Court was packed with conservatives. Conservatives. Like you're conserving anything. You're not conserving nothing. Except patriarchal rule and white power. Because you're a bunch of fucking white supremacists. And even you too! Long Dong Silver. You keep forgetting what you look like in the mirror. Well, we know what you're up to. That's why when you pushed that thing to end biracial marriage, you gave yourself a little carve out till you and your little fascist wife, January 6th trading bitch that you call a wife. Yeah. So you could shield yourself from your own fucking treachery. I have to call you motherfuckers out because, you know, the Supreme Court, as it stands, you've allowed the greatest travesty of all time. You have helped gut the 14th Amendment, which would have prevented a 34-time convicted felon for fraud, an adjudicated rapist, from even running for president. And because you allowed him to run for president, he was able to claim nobody can fucking come after him or touch him because he would claim election interference. And so long as he's president, you grant him fucking immunity from all crimes, allowing him to commit more crimes. Yeah, Grandmaster Flash predicted that one. Oh, yes he did. Oh, white lines, baby. Wow. Getting back to my rant. Justice Kagan, in your support and arguments in siding with the conservative side of the court in this ruling for conversion therapy, or as we know as fucking torture, a human rights violation that should not be allowed to be taking place on American soil. You're saying that the state's ban is somehow unconstitutional? That the state should not have a right to regulate such practice? Have you forgot who your supporters are? Have you forgot what community you've come from? I have no other words for you. I mean, Ketanji Jackson at least had the courage to say what needed to be said. But her lone dissent was not enough to prevent this from happening. You are allowing torture to minors. You motherfuckers that claim to want to protect children, you're going to allow torture, not only to adults, and ruling that this evil fascist Trump regime, these motherfucking traitors who say they represent the United States. Bullshit. They represent white America. White America, white Ku Klux Klan empowered America, white fucking patriarchy that all needs to fucking die. You guys are all terrified by the year 2043 because you know the seat of power will change. They know that you people just can't breed enough no matter what you try to fucking do. In fact, your own fucking laws that are encouraging a higher birth rate are actually going to work against you. And that's why Stephen Miller, who was one step ahead of you, figured out that, well, if we reduce the population, yeah, you reduce the population, and of course you are going to allow Russia and communist China to trounce all over us around the world. And so far, you fucking fascists in your own fucking insecurities have allowed this to happen. Shame on you. But this whole thing of torture, I mean, the idea that you are allowing torture to take place here on American soil against fucking children, LGBTQ children. You have no fucking idea the level of harm you are allowing. I mean, Justice Kagan, I mean, shame on you. You betrayed this fucking community. You really have. Pero ti, Sotomayor, voy a decirte aquí en español porque no tienes vergüenza para hacer eso. Tú necesitas estar en nuestro lado, pero no. Tú querías estar casi con esos cabrones, este pinche gabacho que va a hacer esto, se va a lastimar niños y niñas. Nomás quieren vivir. Se viven con susto siempre. Y tú no puedes saberlo. ¿Qué pues? ¿Qué vas a hacer más? Te pregunté, ¿por qué? ¿No entiendes en inglés? Por decirte preguntarte en español. Bueno. I'm very ashamed of you. Cómo me quebra mi corazón para ver esto. I mean, it's like I said in my last video. It's like arguing in favor of the Klansman who wants to say his free speech is being infringed on if we say he cannot walk down a black neighborhood with carrying a noose and claim it's his white heritage. Así es. And you cited this court is lopsided. It was packed. It was planned by the Heritage Foundation long ago. Conservative extremists, religious extremists all said the thin way to do this was to pack the Supreme Court. And, well, unfortunately, Joe Biden didn't take the initiative and realign things because, again, it's the Democratic folly that maybe, just maybe, if we play fair and play honorably, that the other side just might play along. Again, you never bring a butter knife to a goddamn gunfight. And I've been in quite a few fights, and I know. So, all I can say is, as disgusted as I am with this fucking John Roberts court, who has betrayed this country, betrayed it on so many levels by allowing a criminal gang to assume power, and destroy our country, destroy our standing in the world, destroy our reputation, and destroy the very fabric of this country in the name of its own defense? Yes, Sabas, you know exactly what you've been doing. And maybe either you're too fucking weak or too complacent or never was on the side of the lay Americans. I mean, you're supposed to represent the people of the land, not just the privileged white people. I may be pale in complexion, but my blood, mi sangre, es latina. My ancestors may have come here to this new world and burnt it to the ground, but you know, their descendants, very clear of their ancestry and our history, have learned from these painful, destructive acts of violence, learn from the suffering of others that this is not the way. And encouraging and enabling those who seek to destroy and poison my brothers and sisters out there. You know better. You wouldn't have even got past the bar exam had you been this fucking ignorant. You know exactly what you've been doing. But of the two justices, Kagan and Sotomayor, I no entiendo. I don't understand why you've done this. Why you've committed this betrayal. Free speech or not, if you can't see what has been taking place around you, what's taking place in this country, the outright assault, the outright open desires of the conservative right to eradicate us, this one small segment of the population that comes from all walks of life, all colors, all nationalities, all heritage, orientation, and specters of gender. Yeah, it isn't a binary world. Only the most fragile fucking people that are so goddamn insecure with their own fucking sexuality are going to rely on a third grade outdated sense of biology and say, no, has to be accurate, because they're so goddamn insecure about who the fuck they are that they have to pass laws to fucking enforce it. Yeah, you fucking puñetas, you fucking queers, you are the real fags in all of this. Truly. And you deserve our wrath, because one day we'll have it. We never quite got even with the Nazis, because history did it for us. And one day, it might happen to you if you allow the current trajectory to continue. This Supreme Court should really just take itself out and hang itself. I mean, Ketanji Jackson, thank you. But it's not enough. No, I don't fault you. But Sotomayor and Kagan, you could have done better. You did us wrong. I just cannot believe the so-called land of the free, that we have gone to war. We've invaded other countries because we didn't like the idea that they were torturing their own citizens. Now we're going to be allowing that right here on American soil, with your blessing. That's like the line in The Phantom Menace. Is it legal? We'll make it legal. Well, that's where we are now. A dystopian fucking nightmare. Signed, sealed, and delivered by the Supreme Court of the United States. Shame on you. Shame on this president. Or should I say resident? You don't represent me. And should my death come about because of your actions, your inability to do what's right, I say, as I've said many times, bury me in the transgender flag, because this red, white, and blue no longer represents me. And for those of you who would say, well, America, it's America, love it or leave it. Well, guess what? You assholes have made it so we can't leave. We're trapped. We're in a kill box. And you guys are playing to kill us. And don't think we don't know. And yes, we have planned for that too. And I'm ready for you. As are many. But of our numbers, large segments of us are living in fear. They're afraid. Well, I'm not afraid of you. My family is. I have a wife and 2 children. And they fear the day that it all goes down. Because I know this story doesn't end well. Doesn't end well for me, but guess what? If you've been paying attention, if you watched this movie before, you know it doesn't end well for you either. And you deserve every ounce of contempt I throw at you. At every hex, every curse that I wish upon you. I may be just one transgender witch, one voter, one person that most of you may not even see as a human being, but so be it. From my perspective, I'm the next stage of human evolution, and you can't fucking handle it. If you could just only let people be. We were all born with this sense that this country stood for what was right, that each and every citizen was guaranteed under the Constitution of the United States of America the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And what are you motherfuckers doing? You are going out of your way to deny us that. And yet, you haven't stripped us of our citizenship yet. What does that make you? Fucking tyrants, fanatics, fearful, weak individuals who use the power of the state to further a murderous, genocidal agenda. I really hope that transgender genocide does not take place and I do not become a victim of it. we'll make sure that if it comes to that, some of you will go down with us. I hope it doesn't come to that. I would love to see this country regain its senses, but I don't see it. I think the damage is done. Donald Trump has remade this country in his own vile, sick, perverted image. And even his poison has infected us too. Some of us have taken up arms. Some of us have made suicide pacts. And some of us, well, I can't reveal what they're doing. But just know, no matter what you do, we will survive you, one way or another, in one form or another. Just remember, the Nazis had over 1,000 death camps, murdered almost each and every one of us. But you know what happened after the last Nazi general was hung? After the last SS prison guard's neck snapped by a noose, a whole new generation of trans people were born. And happened before, will happen again, because nobody can predict. No matter what RFK Jr. says, that heroin-using animal torturer probably shared some tips with Barron, who knows. You know, this war in Iran is illegal war. It's a distraction, and it's going to cost a lot of people their lives. Meanwhile, you're going to continue to hunt Americans. Your fellow fucking Americans. You realize we are human beings, and we are your fellow citizens. We do pay our taxes. We have obeyed the laws. But now you're rewriting laws to make our very existence illegal. I even heard today that Ohio wants to go one step further and outlaw makeup for people that maybe by registering their sex. It's outrageous. It's stupid. Good luck enforcing that one. All right, this has been Ava Death Dolly. I'm sick of this absurd country. I'm sick of this absurd laws. And I'm sick of this absurd Supreme Court. Seriously, with the exception of Katami Jackson, the rest of you should be ashamed of yourself. You're not representing this country. Not representing it well. And the stain of the Roberts Court will linger for many years to come. This has been Ava Death Dolly. This has been my rant.